Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to Gail Abbey Fitness, and I'm here every day this week to try and help you with one moment. I could help myself. There you go, better. That's better, isn't it? Now you can hear me. Okay, so let's look. I'm Gail Abbey Fitness, and I'm here every day this week to try and help you improve your health, because that is probably one of the top goals that people want to do right now. It's all over everywhere, and the inquiries that are coming in phenomenal this year. It seems like everybody's getting back on it and really want to focus. You know, it's been a couple of years of different stuff going on and trying to get our lives organized, and finally it's our time, isn't it, to really kick into our own well-being plan. So I'm just going to come on and give you 6 important things to focus on, not to overwhelm you, just 6 things to focus on to improve your health right now and how you can start that off. So we also need to have a little bit of patience and persistence, perseverance, okay? So it's consistency we're looking for on those things. So we were looking, number 1, you want a natural foods shopping list to go out and get all your natural foods, okay? Because we know that natural is great. It's great for the microbiome, and it's going to increase your well-being and stop all these nasty bugs that are going around, or at least give you some resilience to withstand these bugs that are going around. So number 1, your natural foods list. Now I have a shopping list ready-made for you. If you want that information, I can send that out to you today. So drop into my comments, my messages, onto the back channel, whatever. You can ask me, and I'll happily send that out to you. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is drinking water to increase your metabolism, because you know you've got a lot of did you know, first of all, let me tell you this, something that I said yesterday is that when you have 6 glasses of wine, you know you can lose up to the equivalent of 20 to 26 glasses of water in your body. So no wonder we feel pretty rubbish after we've had a bit of a bottle of wine, yeah? So you've got to look at this, and if you're doing a lot of alcohol over time, then you've definitely got to replenish that water. We know we have to anyway, 2 litres a day. When I used to do body stats with water balance to find out the volume of water in anyone's body, everybody was dehydrated when I did that in the gym, on the gym floor. Can you believe it? In a big commercial gym, such as like Virgin or David Lloyd, I took over a day, probably around 15 people that I'd have in, and every single one would be dehydrated and not showing that they've had enough water during the day. So we need this. We need to speed the metabolism up. We've got a lot of waste in our system that needs to be flushed through. If you have digestive systems, it needs to be sorted out by taking on more water. That's the most easiest thing you can do to sort your digestive system out. Now, understand that's really, really true, because I know something that I used to suffer badly with, and it was a lot of it was to do with not having enough water in the system. So that's just a little one. Number 2, I'm going over my online body mind project. I'll go into this a lot deeper, but I just want to skim the surface of all these 6 points with you so that you can tick them off and really just know where you're going on it. So doing moderate exercise, the recommended amount of exercise is 150 minutes in your week, yeah? And you're breaking that down. Now, I highly recommend that you do strength training in that, and that you do some form of type of like yoga flexibility and your cardio. But I prefer more strength training than the other 2. Yes, because we know again that you will have muscle loss over time. And aging muscle loss over the age of 30 is accelerated quite significantly. So we need to make sure that you're keeping that muscle on, because when you haven't got muscle on, you then don't require quite so many calories. So it's important to keep your muscle on and not to be a lady who is getting a little bit uptight because the worry about building muscle, because building muscle is so difficult to do. Okay, so your moderate exercise, but with moderate amount of exercise, which is 150 minutes. It doesn't mean that you've got to go and blast it for 60 minutes and you've got to do that every day. We're not asking that. What we're asking you to do, moderate exercise, 150 minutes on a maximum effort. So you're going in that gym, you're getting focused, or you're online, you're doing that workout, like one of my workouts maybe that you're doing, and you're going online and you're going to do that workout and you're going to work hard for that time that you are working out. You are not going off, having a little chat with people. You leave that for after. You're not there on your phone, fiddling about on your phone. You're doing that 150 minutes of exercise and you're doing that maximum effort and maximum focus, and you work into a progressive program so that you can move forward. Walk out that gym and know you've got that box ticked. Next one. So number 4, we want to keep to around 10,000 steps. That's our aim. If you're hitting 7.5, brilliant. If you're going below that, and if you're down on the 3s and 4s, this is not going to look good. It's not looking good on your system over the whole system, basically, because you're not moving, you're not getting any cardiovascular movement in, you are not getting any mobility movement in, you are just static and you sat at your desk and it's not enough. So you're going to have to work in, maybe working on, say, 20 minutes on something, getting up, making sure you're moving around for 5, or even working for 30 minutes on something, getting up, moving around for 10 minutes. So you've got to build that in. If you're static at a desk, it's not going to be any good for you. You're not going to get the active daily living steps up. And if you're struggling with weight, and especially tummy weight, then you're going to be struggling to lose that if you aren't getting those steps in. We need to get that in. And that's outside of your actual focus of exercise. So where I suggest you getting yourself just even a cheap step counter so that you can wear it and track the amount of steps that you do on a daily basis. Yes, this is going to work for you. So that's number 1. Number 1, let's recap natural foods. And I've got a list if you want it. Drinking plenty of water. You want around 2 litres of water. You're doing moderate exercise with a maximum effort. That's number 3. Number 4 is keeping the 10,000 steps up towards there, working towards that. Number 4, do not drastically cut your calories. So what I recommend is that you eat on the natural food list, yeah? So that means you're not having your processed foods. You are eliminating alcohol if you know that's an issue, or you're really bringing it down to modify. That's another whole subject for another day. We did a big talk on alcohol yesterday, I think it was. It may be on one of these links. If you'd like me to send it to you, then drop into my messages. I can send that over to you. So you're going to look at your natural food list, but at the same time, even if you don't do it on a regular basis, I want you to download an app like MyFitnessPal, which will show you how to track your calories. All right. Now, if you're on my Body Mind Project, I will give you a specific amount of calories to make sure that you're not going over and around a certain amount of days of that week. Okay. Because what people tend to do is not have any idea the volume of food that they're putting in their body. You've got to look at your portion sizes. You've got to look at the type of foods that you're putting in. But mainly, if you have an idea of the calorie count of each food, just an idea of, like, my word, look at that, 1 biscuit or 2 biscuits, and I could have a chicken portion, or 5 pieces of chocolate, and I could have a bowl of soup, fresh soup, and what you could be putting in. So know the comparisons that you could do, what you're taking out, what you can take out, and what you can replace and put back in. What exactly a portion of food is, and if you put it into MyFitnessPal, exactly how many calories it is that you're eating, how many calories are in that weekend meal if you are being what you call really on form during the week, but then on the weekend you go and have your takeaways and your beers and your wine, whatever it is, and you see how the weekends can be the one that do the damage. So it's important to know knowledge is power with these things. Again, this point that I'm coming to, do not drastically cut your calories. Drastically cutting your calories to around 1,000 calories is going to, 1,000 calories, 800 calories, is going to send you on a spiral or a roller coaster of having real severe hunger pangs to really, to then really overeating at times. And that isn't going to be a nice consistent amount. So with your maximum effort exercise, you're going to want to replenish that food, that energy in your body. And to get the next good workout, you're going to want to eat a good balanced meal. But it doesn't mean you've got to go either on eating massive amounts of pasta for the energy, because you don't need that. And it doesn't mean on the other side that to lose any pounds, you've got to drastically cut them down. You just need to know exactly how many that you can have, around what you can have on a rough basis, and have the idea of the foods, as I said in the last point. But you're drastically cutting your calories would have an impact on your mood, on your appetite. It would make you want to sit down more, so that your energy expenditure would be a lot less than if you were just keeping a nice moderate amount of food in your body, because that won't give you energy slumps. It will keep your energy nice and consistent, so that you can have those good workouts. You can have those up to 10,000 steps in the day. Now, again, looking at that, you've got to build up slow. Remember, if you are currently on 2,000 steps, 3,000 in your office chair, and you want to start exercising, and now I'm saying get those 10,000 steps up. I'm not talking about right now, but your aim is throughout this month to reach the end of January and got those in a nice balance, yes? So we're on to the next one. That's point 4, about not drastically cutting calories because of energy roller coasters. So we've got to maybe, right, is that if you know that you keep having something that is breaking that desire to change, that is flagging up, such as alcohol after work, or biscuits with tea, things like that. Simple things can be the ones that break it. And then we have emotional issues as well that can break it. They're different talks, yeah? But if you're looking at some simple things like that, like going to work, alcohol after work, then it may mean that you have got to reframe what you do in your spare time and just readjust it. It may mean that you have to plan before you go to that pub that you are not going to have that alcohol because you've decided you're not drinking in dry January. It may mean that you, instead of going to the pub, you go and drive to the gym instead, and that's the time that you put the gym in the evening after pub, when you know it's the time that you normally do hit the pub. So look at reframing your day to suit your challenges, yeah, because that's going to help you a lot. And that is where we are, your 6 points. There's more points, but if you just stick to that now, you will kickstart really well. Now, ladies, if you want some help with that, I'm online, and we have a group called the Body Mind Project, and we are on, we have a private Facebook group, a WhatsApp group. We have emails coming into your mailbox every single day with a workout, with instructions how to go through that day. You get your shopping list with that. You get all the how I would like you to plan that day out for success. You get a daily live morning brief like this for me to tell you exactly how to cope with that day. And the WhatsApp group is to check in with your wins and your challenges. So with me in there with you all the time, I can either answer them there or on the bigger issues, I can put them on the morning daily brief so that you can have those answered a lot more in depth than just a couple of lines, yeah? So if this sounds like a plan for you, head over to my website. This current program, we have another 5 weeks left on it. You can join within those 5 weeks anytime that you want, and I will start to send the emails out to you. Yeah, so we're running that. We've had a new Monday start yesterday, and we have it. You can join anytime you want. So if you'd like that, drop into my messages and I can send that. And if you like that shopping list for free, then again, drop into my messages, I can send that to you. So I hope this helps you, really helps you start to get into the right mindset, if nothing else, as you move forward. So I'll be on here every day to give you some tips and support you through it. So if you've got any questions, drop into the messages so that I can address those for you. Yes? All right. Have a great day.